Picture yourself checking your bank account on January 2nd and seeing an extra $2,000 that wasn't there 3 weeks ago. You're staring at your phone, coffee in hand, wondering if you're seeing things incorrectly, but you're not, because while everyone else is out there stressing about Christmas bills, you became Santa's secret AI helper. And what you're about to discover, well, let's just say your 8-year-old could probably figure this out faster than most adults can. But here's the part that's going to completely mess with your head.
The Dark Horse Entrepreneur Podcast.
What is up? What is up? What the hell is up, my Dark Horse friends and family? Welcome back to another episode of the Dark Horse Entrepreneur AI Escape Plan, where we break free from the grind, share AI-powered tips and side hustle strategies, and we definitely support our amazing parents that are chasing freedom like the modern-day trailblazers that they are. And if you know someone who dreams of ditching the grind while still making time for the precious bedtime stories, go ahead and forward this episode to them. All right, so in today's episode, we're going to talk about 3 things, and here they are. You're going to discover why desperate families are paying $75 to $200 for something that you can create in 15 minutes, and it's not what you think. Second, you're going to learn the exact moment when you realize that you've been sitting on a gold mine this whole time, and why your kid's bedtime routine just became your biggest business advantage. And third, I'm going to show you the holiday rush formula that turns your December chaos into a January celebration, all without missing a single cookie decorating session. Okay, so here's something I think is going to go completely blow your mind. While you're out there reading articles about 10 ways to save money on Christmas, there are parents, perhaps even in your neighborhood, who are using AI to solve other families' holiday problems. And they're getting paid more per hour than most people make at their day jobs. You ready for this? Picture yourself 3 weeks ago. You're sitting at your kitchen table. Your coffee is getting cold in your hand. You're staring at your kid's Christmas list. Your stomach does that familiar twist as you mentally start calculating the numbers, gifts, family gatherings, and of course, that unexpected car repair that just hit last month, or maybe it's about to hit. You're scrolling through your phone, maybe you're looking for the last minute deals when something catches your eye. It's a Facebook post from another parent. I just made $300 this week creating personalized Santa videos. Your first thought, probably the same as mine. Yeah, right. Another scam. But curiosity gets the better of you. You click, you watch, and suddenly you're seeing something that makes your brain do a double take. What? Parents, I mean real parents, not influencers, are charging $75 for custom Santa messages. And guess what? Families are paying for it, and they're paying for it gladly. You lean back in your chair, and for the first time, maybe even in weeks, instead of feeling that familiar holiday stress, you start to feel something else. Possibility. You're thinking, wait, I could do that. You start imagining yourself recording a warm Santa message. You picture yourself using your phone, maybe some simple AI tools that you've heard about. You can almost hear yourself saying, ho, 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 Emma, Santa's been watching you, and you've been such a good girl helping Mama with your dishes. Yeah, and then reality hits. Shit, I've never done video editing before. You don't know the first thing about the AI tools that are out there, but that nagging voice is still in your head. It will not shut up. What if it actually works? What if I can make $2,000 before New Year's? You're sitting there, torn between excitement and doubt, when you realize something important. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to start. And then you feel it. The moment when everything can change if you just take that first step. All right, so you're probably thinking right about now, yeah, great, Tracy, this all sounds great, but it really sounds too good to be true. Here's where I think it really gets interesting. You're about to learn a system so simple, you're going to wonder why you didn't think of it yourself. And hold on a second. I just remembered something. You know what? I need to tell you about me, right? This isn't something new, untested idea, because way back in the 90s, yes, ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about dial-up modem days. I was doing this very thing. No AI, no fancy tools, just a computer, a phone line, and some pre-recorded Santa messages. I would place ads in the local penny saver because that was the cheapest and the most I could afford at the time. The parents would call me up and pay over the phone and schedule a time for Santa to call their kids. I would be Santa's helper. I would call at the appointed time. I would ask for little Johnny or Emma, and I would make sure they got on the phone. Then I would play the personalized message that had been recorded earlier. The premium option, I'd actually have what felt like a conversation with the kids. I'd pause the recording at the right moment, let them talk, and then continue with responses that made it feel real. And there were a number of different responses, so I could do different things. And there would be times when if the conversation would go in a way that I wasn't prepared for, I could step in as Santa's helper and call Santa away, say he's got to get on to the next phone call or get back out to the toy shop. There's some emergency. Rudolph pooped on something. You know what I'm talking about? But here's the thing. This was 1998, folks. Dial-up internet, no smartphones, no AI, and parents were paying me $20 to $50 per call because the magic was worth every single penny. Now imagine what you can do with today's technology. What took me hours of recording and phone coordination, you could do in 15 minutes with AI and your smartphone. So picture yourself tomorrow morning. Your kids are sitting there eating breakfast, and you're sitting there with your phone about to set up something that could change your family's financial picture forever. Step one, you open up ChatGPT on your phone. You can feel that little flutter of excitement as you type this exact prompt. You ready? Create a warm, magical Santa message for child's name, whose age is, put in their age, who loves, put in their interests and hobbies, and has been good this year by, put in some specific deeds they did. Include mention of maybe a special present they want, and encourage them to a specific behavior that the parents want reinforced. Keep it under 90 seconds when spoken out loud. And then you hit enter. And within 30 seconds, you'll start seeing a script that sounds like Santa himself wrote it. You read it once, you read it twice. You could already hear how magical this is going to sound when it's spoken. Step two, the simple video creation process. Now, here's where your brain might start playing tricks on you. You're thinking, I need a professional Santa costume. I need a fake beard. I need some expensive equipment and lighting like Tracy's got in there going on. Stop right there. Or stop. You're going to become Santa, but not in the way you think. I want you to grab your phone. You open up an AI app like Face Swap or Reface, or even some newer AI tools like Apollo AI or Creator Kit. And you're going to use AI to transform yourself or an image into Santa while you deliver that personalized message or while you type in that personalized message. Here's how it works. You record yourself reading or, again, writing that magical script in your warmest, most Santa-like voice. Right? You're looking directly into the camera. You're speaking to that specific child by name. Then, and this is where the magic happens, you use an AI face swap technology to put Santa's face over yours. And AI maintains your expressions, your lip movements, and your genuine warmth. But now you look like the jolly old man himself. In addition, you can use AI background tools like Runway or Pika to place yourself in Santa's workshop, completely filled with falling snow, twinkling lights, maybe some elves working in the background. Rudolph comes in and nudges you on the side, whatever it might be. Or you could do all of this yourself. You could create an image and go to the various free and paid image to video creators and have AI do everything for you. Okay? But if you decide to do it yourself, here's what's going to happen. You're going to mess up the first recording. Just go ahead and understand that. You might even mess up the second one. But by the third take, you're going to feel it. You've got something that looks like Santa himself recorded a personal message for that child. Then you can use some simple editing tools like CapCut, right? We all know about that one. If you don't, you just heard about it. Add some finishing touches, add some jingle bells, some workshop sounds, maybe even a couple of magical sparkles. And there are many options out there where you don't have to step in front of the camera. You can create everything with your fingers. Create an image of Santa sitting in his workshop with the big, beautiful throne-like chair. And then once you've got the image that you like, you can use that as the starting scene of the video. A lot of the AI video creators that I've used allow you to drop in a reference image. And a lot of times it says, this is going to be my starting image. And then maybe you can create a stopping image. Okay?
The Dark Horse Entrepreneur Podcast.
Here's the thing. Once you get the hang of this, the total time you're going to have invested, 15 minutes. Once that 15 minutes is done, you are now holding something worth easily $75 that looks like it came straight from the North Pole. This brings us to step 3, your holiday pricing strategy. And here's where most people are going to sabotage themselves. I know it. I've done it. So I feel you. You're thinking, well, I should charge $20, maybe 25. Wrong. Dead wrong. You're not selling a video. You're selling Christmas morning magic. You're selling the moment when little Emma hears Santa, say her name and mentioned her little pet hamster. You're selling tears of joy from parents who thought they couldn't afford something special. And trust me, I heard so many of those comments and those tears and those gleeful squeals of joy when a child came running to the phone. Santa, is this really you, Santa? Yeah, I remember those days. And that was 1998, okay? Here's your pricing stretcher. Basic Santa message, 2 to 3 minutes, is $75. A premium message that includes your child's photo, $125. Rush deliveries, they want it faster? Add another $50 on top of that. Have siblings? Another $50 for each additional child. Test these on Fiverr, Etsy, and local Facebook groups, and then wait. And here's the thing. You won't have to wait long. After, let's say, maybe your 5th video, something's going to click. You're going to start seeing patterns. You're going to start seeing things like sports-loving kids want to hear about their team. Art-loving kids want Santa to mention their latest drawing. So you can create template scripts, a template for the sports-loving kids, right? My football fans out there, my soccer and baseball fans out there. I had a daughter in cheer. How unique would it be to have a cheer-focused Santa message? Yeah. A template for the art-loving kids, a template for the kids who love animals, or maybe have a dog or have a hamster, and a template for kids that are working on a specific behavior. They're not bad kids. They just need a reminder, and Santa's a great reminder. Your 15-minute process drops down to maybe 8 minutes. So here's the thing, though. You're not just making money. You're building a system. How many times you've heard me on multiple episodes talking about building a system? And here's a secret here. Santa, while may be the biggest character of the year, there are others throughout the year. Maybe the Easter Bunny? I don't know. Maybe you create a character and start, reach back in. These are the folks that got happy with Santa. Maybe you have something. Maybe the Great Pumpkin comes and visits them in October, and then Santa visits them in December. And then you have the Easter Bunny, and who knows what else. Let your imagination run wild. Here's the thing. You're sitting there right now, and I can almost hear what you're thinking. This could actually work for me. And you know what? You're right. But here's what separates the parents who make this happen from the parents who just think about it. One word: action. The AI Escape Plan newsletter gives you systems like this every single week, a couple of times a week. Practical, family-friendly strategies that work around soccer practices and cheer practices and bedtimes. You get step-by-step roadmaps, real case studies from parents just like you, and the kind of support that turns what if into ta-da, I did it. You could say it's your roadmap to more money, more freedom, and more of what truly matters, and it's all waiting for you. The question is, are you ready to stop wishing and start building? And if you're ready to start building, check out the link down in the description below to get started. Here's what I want you to pause for a minute here. Why this really matters. And you know what's really happening here is you're witnessing, and I use this word quite often here recently, the democratization of creativity. I was just having this chat with my daughter yesterday. She asked me, and she's an artist, if I thought that AI was ruining creativity for the creators. We had a nice long discussion about it. But in this, you'll see how AI doesn't replace human connection. I think in this case, it's amplifying it. When you create the personalized Santa video, you're not just making money. You're creating a memory for that family that they will treasure, maybe forever. You're solving a real problem for busy parents who want the magic, right? They want all the glitter and all the spangle and all the magic. But they don't have time, or maybe they just don't have the skills to create it. I can remember when my girls were little, still believed in Santa Claus. We lived down in Georgia, and we did all the cliche things, right? You have the Santa-wrapped presents, and we made cookies and set them down in front of the fireplace. And our tree was just off to the left of the fireplace. We had this cream-colored rug. So what I did is when Santa brought down the Santa-wrapped presents, which were a completely different wrapping paper than all the other presents, I sat down, and of course, I'm eating the cookies, and I took some embers from the fireplace, and I drew footprints on the cream-colored rug. And here's why this was so magical for my girls. My wife at the time was a bit anal about that rug, keeping it clean, bare feet only, no shoes on that rug, because it was a cream-colored rug, so it would look dirty easily. So me putting Santa footprints on there was a big deal. And they came down, they're like, look, there's footprints from Santa. And my oldest one, who was right at that edge of not believing, was like, no, those aren't Santa footprints. Dad probably drew those on there. And my youngest goes, there's no way, because Mom would kill him. So I elongated their magic of Christmas by taking a little time and drawing Santa footprints. Imagine what this would do for them, getting a phone call or a message from Santa. Let's be honest, this is bigger than a side hustle. This is the future of work for parents, if you ask me, using technology to scale human creativity. Not replace it, to scale human creativity and human connection. You're not competing with AI. You're partnering with it to create value that only a caring human can provide. The paradigm shift is this, ladies and gentlemen. Trade time for money. No, I think that model is dying. Smart parents are learning to use AI as a force multiplier to create income streams that work even when you're sitting down there with your kids making hot chocolate or reading a bedtime story. Here's the whiskered wisdom I think is going to stick with you. The biggest opportunities, they hide in plain sight. And they are disguised as other people's holiday stress. We're focused on the holiday right now. We're 14 days away from Christmas. While everyone else is complaining about their Christmas expenses, you could be the solution to the other family's holiday challenge. The magic isn't in the technology. It's in your willingness to see problems as opportunities and your willingness to take action while others are just wishing. Your specific action for this week is right after this episode ends. I want you to spend 30 minutes researching what personalized holiday services parents like you, parents in your area, are desperately searching for. Check your local Facebook groups, check Reddit groups, check Nextdoor, check local parenting forums. Yeah, you'll find a trend. You spend 30 minutes, you're going to find a couple of questions that are asked quite regularly. And you're going to find at least 3 opportunities where you could use AI to create something families would happily pay for. And when you do, you'll feel that same flutter of possibility that you felt, hopefully, during this episode. So do not wait for January to start building your escape plan. The holiday rush should be your launching pad. All right, here's the deal. You're sitting there right now with a choice. Christmas is in 2 weeks. New Year's is 3 weeks away. You can either spend that time stressing about money, or you could spend it building something that changes your family's financial future forever, or at least for this holiday season. The parents who are winning right now are not the ones with the most experience, and they're not the ones with the fanciest tools. They're the ones who see opportunity in chaos, and they're the ones that take action while others are still out there whining and making excuses. So I'm going to come back to it. Picture yourself on January 2nd, checking that bank account, seeing that extra $2,000. Picture your kids asking where that money came from, and you tell them, Mommy helped Santa this Christmas. Yeah, right? Your shoulders, my shoulders just popped up. Picture the pride, the relief, and the possibility of what could come next. Your family deserves more than just getting by during the holidays. They deserve a parent who's building something meaningful. They deserve a parent that's creating financial security. And they deserve a parent that's showing them what's possible when you combine a little creativity with a little smart strategy. The Santa's Helper AI opportunity is happening right this minute in your town. Whether you participate or not, it's going to be happening. The question becomes, will you be the parent who seizes the moment? Or will you be the one who wishes they had? Stop waiting for someone else to give you permission. The someone is you, and someday is today. Think successfully and take action.
Hey, my Dark Horse entrepreneurs, thanks for investing your precious time with us today. I know that between soccer practice and bedtime stories, every single minute counts. And that's exactly why I created the Dark Horse Insider, your weekly dose of digital marketing strategies, all designed specifically for my busy entrepreneurs, especially my busy parent entrepreneurs. If you're ready to turn those small pockets of time into profitable momentum, head on over to darkhorseinsider.com, darkhorseinsider.com, and join our free newsletter. Because we Dark Horses do not just run the race, we change how the race is won. Until next time, think successfully and take action. darkhorseinsider.com.